To me, we are doing the Ordinary Peeling Solution. Today is our day 3 of skincare week, where I've been doing live demos back to back to give you guys the best insight on the things that have been working for me at home. On Monday, we did dermaplaning, where I shaved off skin and hair, and you can see that I did nick myself, but that's all right. Yesterday, we then microneedled with Easy Do products like the epidermal growth factors. And we microneedled my neck and my chest just because I wanted to give my face just a little break in this back-to-back routine session. If you have like darker, thicker skin than me, then you probably can handle this routine back-to-back. And I could have, but then when I had some, gashes on my face, I thought, let's take care of our neck and our chest, which we need to anyways. So today we're gonna acid peel my face and my neck and chest. If you've ever seen my skin shedding on my different platforms, that is typically TCA. We are not doing TCA today. We are doing the Ordinary Peeling Solution. I find that this is just really good for most people's skin. In fact, I don't know somebody who doesn't like it. And in case you're wondering how old I am 41. I get that question all the time. We're starting off with the Salicylic Cleanser from the Inky list. Again, another readily available, inexpensive product. And we are going to use our MAYSAMA URCHIN to just do a nice little deep cleanse this morning. All right, so here's our MAYSAMA URCHIN. It has this great silicone little scrubby on the top of it. You can pop it off, and I'll show you later how to infuse in serums with it. But right now we're gonna use it to cleanse our face. And so it turns on and it's vibrating. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of water to get my face wet. Now, if you were at your sink, it's a little bit different, right? You would splash water on yourself. I'm sitting in front of a ton of camera stuff, keyboards on my table, and a bucket of water. That's how I do it. Oh, guess what I found out, you guys? So this did sell out, but I talked to Bev, who owns MAYSAMA, and she said that she believes they will have the URCHIN in time for Black Friday, which is really exciting. And then you guys, this Friday, if you are interested in any MAYSAMA products, we are gonna have an extra special promo code during our Friday live event where we're using all MAYSAMAs. Things like green tea or green rooibos, which has those, I believe, phenols in them. Those react with red light, making LED light more effective. I know, it's crazy. So that will be fun to go over on Friday, and there'll be an extra promo code in case you want to dive in and get any of her special things. Okay, you know how you around your mouth you get all those crusties? At least I do. So I like getting right into those side pieces, and then you just get it wet, and then it can go faster. So the button on the top, this is the button that turns it on. And then up here is the button that you can increase the speed on. So now it's even going faster. And these vibrations help move dirt out of your pores. They're like sonic vibrations that just help shake out dirt and grime that gets into your pores. And on top of it, it just feels so good, right? If you've ever used a vibrating cleansing brush on your face, you know how good it feels. Then also, in case you're wondering, when you pull this off, so you're getting red light the whole time, and then this button on top is driving the changes in speed. So if later on when we're doing our infusing with the serums, we'll use this without this to help push them in. Following tomorrow's Spa Day Skin Routine Live, I have a new video for you. It's a deep dive into the luxurious Las Ventanas spa, and if I think it's worth the price. I take you on a spa tour, bring you into my 90-minute massage, and conclude with the actual cost. If you didn't know it by now, I have a house full of skincare products I need to use up. If you want to see it all, make sure to subscribe and tap that like button. And nothing makes me happier than seeing that share arrow ignite. Now I'm just going to use those sponges to just cleanse off all of that cleanser. So the reason I use the salicylic cleanser today is because salicylic acid is the only type of acid that can penetrate into your pores. So glycolic, lactic, all of those other acids that you're familiar with and you see all the time in skincare products, they're great. They help with cellular turnover, but they're only water soluble. So that means that your pores, which have lipids in them like fats, they're not going to get in there. They can't break it up. Salicylic acid, which you find a lot in acne cleansers and stuff because, again, your pores are getting congested and you're getting buildup in them. Salicylic is the only lipid-soluble acid, or the one that I'm aware of. It comes from willow bark, and it is able to get into your pores, which is why the ordinary peeling solution acid is so great, because it's a twofer. So it has salicylic acid in it and it has glycolic acid in it. So it's not only going to help make your skin look brighter and tighter by exfoliating off old skin cells, but it's also able to get into your pores and really break up that junk that gets trapped in there. So I used the salicylic wash to help just prime my face for this acid. And next, we're gonna do a little bit of something else to just make it a little bit more effective. The next step is gonna be our ordinary toner. So this is actually a really high glycolic acid toner. This is a 7%. And the pH, if you're interested, is a 3.6. It will also help just like cleanse our skin and get it ready for the ordinary to go in. And I think like it's a way, if you have used this acid for a long time and you want like a way to like bump it up a little bit, just put on the glycolic toner first. So I just got my cotton pad saturated in that toner, and we're just gonna swab it on my face. All of the products I use will be listed in the description with any applicable promo codes. Now, my face is really accustomed to a lot of harsh chemicals and acids, right? Like you guys know that I've kind of probably built up a tolerance. My face can take a lot, but I don't think that this is like going to make you feel extra sensitive. But if you've never done any kind of peel or actives before, you don't need this step. Just go in with the ordinary peeling solution and see how you feel, okay? like scrub into that nose area. Again, going in with that toner. We're gonna do my hair today too. We're gonna use the a high frequency wand that I've used for a really long time to stimulate our scalp. So here's another cotton pad saturated in that toner. And now I'm just toning up all underneath my neck and just making sure that I get along that edge. And now I'm just like bringing it all down. And if you were with me yesterday and you watched me microneedle my neck and chest, I think you guys can see that it healed fine. And, you know, it doesn't look like a sunburn anymore. And I mean, I think within a few hours afterwards, it was completely fine. So here is our acid. You can use it every week. You can use it depending on your skin and depending on anything else you're doing. You could use it like on a Wednesday and a Sunday. Like if those are your days, you kind of like do skincare for yourself. I just really like it. Maybe I like it because it's red. No, I like it because it like really glows up your skin. And it is fun to do this dropper like this, but just so you know, like don't get this in your eyes, okay? So I put my like finger here just to like, oh, my band. Oh, Jason, it's like paused. My YouTube video is paused.
I'm still going.
Okay, maybe it's just my screen. I don't know. I'm just going to keep applying because I don't know what's going on. I'm not moving on YouTube. Do you enjoy this edited version from a previous live stream? Let me know in the comments. Okay, guys, if you're on YouTube and it's not, you can't, it's paused for you too, Lindsay. You guys have seen me go through a lot of tech issues. I swear tech issues will never end for me. Said I'm moving to Korea where tech issues don't exist.
So this stream, I think it's good.
You can hear me. Okay, so just so you know, I've basically put the red acid everywhere. Okay, you guys, so I am streaming live on Twitter and Facebook and TikTok. I don't know why Jason messed up my YouTube today. All right, so we've got this on now. I did get my headband, unfortunately, a little messed up. Honestly, I don't know how many bottles of this I've gone through. It always reminds me of like boysenberry or raspberry syrup. Reason it's red, by the way, is because it includes a Tazmanian berry, and the berry is red. Depending on when they harvest the berries, the red apparently can vary in the ordinary peel, but I've actually never noticed a big variation. For me, I think this is like my 10th bottle of this, and to me, it always kind of looks the same red. So I've never noticed a difference in the red color, but they do make mention of that the Tasmanian berry that goes into this can vary based on when it's harvested. Okay, so now we have it like forehead to chest. Now let's get out our high frequency wand. Here is my original high frequency wand. So I think I have like 5 now. This one is the lifting wand. One of the things that's great about this one actually is that it's a 3-prong. So a lot of high frequency wands that you'll get from Amazon are only 2-prong. This one is 3-prong, so it's grounded, and I feel like the energy that comes from it is a little bit stronger. I don't know if that's just in my head or reality, but I like this one, and I'm glad that I pulled it out today because I haven't used it in a long time. So it comes with all those other prongs, just like the other ones you've seen. So you get the mushroom head, the little lippy for underneath your eyes, and the zit zapper, and then the comb. And the comb is the one that I use all the time. Oh, as far as tingle factor goes, I don't feel any tingle on my face, but definitely I feel it on my neck and my chest, just in case you are wondering. So if this is the first time you've ever seen a high frequency wand, it was invented by Nikola Tesla at the turn of the century. And basically all it's doing is sending an electric current from this through this, and what's allowing that current to travel is noble gases. So usually there's like neon or argon gas in it. I don't really think it matters what the gas is. I know sometimes they'll be like, oh, use neon for anti-aging and argon for acne. I don't really think it matters. Those gases are just there to be the conduit for the electric current. And the electric current is what's zapping your scalp and giving you that stimulation. It also creates ozone, which is why it can help kill acne. And that's also why it smells kind of like it's raining when you use it. And I love the smell of ozone, so because I love it when it rains. The other thing I'll tell you about this to get the most efficacy from it is if you put it down against your skin, you don't get the same stimulation as if it's like right above it and then it's like tickling the skin. So when I do my hair, I'm like right above my scalp. And that's when I feel the most sensation. After you do this, you could always put in some hair growth serums if you have some. High frequency can dry out your scalp. It's drying. So you probably don't need to do this every day because you could get super dry scalp, especially if you already have dry scalp. But you can do it like 3 times a week and you should see stronger hair. And the reason is because when you're stimulating the surface of your scalp, that brings in blood supply. And blood supply has nourishment. So as your hair follicle is in your scalp and it's being nourished to grow, you're giving it more nutrition from that blood surge. It's really not more technical than that. Okay, we're in the middle of this, but let's take the acid off of our face since it's been 10 minutes, and then we'll go back to doing our hair, and then we'll take it off of our neck and our chest. Are awesome for taking off stuff like an acid peel. If you're sitting over your sink, you can splash your face, of course, but just make sure that you really have the acid away from your eyes before you open your eyes, because you have glycolic in this, so it's gonna get suspended in the water that you're splashing on your face, and you could get it in your eyes, so just be careful. Or use a sponge. And you do need to take this off, okay? I know it's gentle, but I know someone who left it on overnight and it did kind of chew up their skin. So just, you have to take it off, okay? Or if you have a spot that you want to chew through, I guess you could leave it on. It'll do that.
Darlene asked if you noticed hair growth with it.
Yes, I have. I will tell you that when I was really consistent doing these beauty lives, like 2 or 3 times a week for 2 years almost, and I was always using the high frequency wand, I did notice a huge improvement in my hair, especially like those little baby ones that you get like sticking up all over the place. And then when I kind of like backed away from doing the lives all the time, honestly, I wasn't doing it all the time, right? Like I've told you guys this a million times. You keep me honest, you keep me motivated, you keep me consistent. And when I wasn't doing them, I wasn't doing my hair as often. And I've recently noticed that my hair just isn't looking as good as it was. I think the high frequency wand played a huge factor in that. Super anecdotal, by the way, but definitely something I noticed. I'll also tell you guys, and I've been meaning to make a video on this, but that doesn't mean that I can't share it a million times and still make a video. For the last 3 months, I've been using Semaglutide, which is like Ozempic, but it's compounded in a pharmacy. That's the reason I've been able to like drop so much weight. It just makes you not hungry. That also will cause hair loss. And I've definitely noticed that my hair in the last 3 months has thinned because of the drop in calories, because Semaglutide makes you not hungry, which is why you lose weight. At some point, you have to decide, like, okay, that's enough, and I want to like maintain my hair. Okay, so then here is the wand again, and we'll do this side of my scalp, and then we'll wash off the rest of our acid peel. Is anybody else using semaglutide, or do they know what I'm talking about? You guys know that I used Saxenda, and the issue I had with Saxenda is that you have to do the injection every day. And I just wasn't, I'm not good at stuff like that. But the semaglutide, you only have to do the injection once a week, which is a game changer. If you guys have any questions about semaglutide, now would be the time. I definitely am not ashamed of talking about it or embarrassed. And
Mary said she has hair loss also with semaglutide.
oh, you did, right? Okay, so you know, yeah. I mean, if anybody drops weight, no matter what they're doing, but if you drop it drastically for some reason, you will usually see a hair loss. And I don't know if there's any way around that unless maybe you're on minoxidil while you're dropping weight, which, by the way, I just ordered. So I got like a 6-month supply of minoxidil. It's a tablet that I'll take every day. And it's supposed to help me not lose my hair.
Mary said she's using a red light helmet now.
Oh, what do you think, Mary? I know a lot of people buy those, but I've been kind of wondering if that really works through the hair. That headband one is really interesting to me because it has like combs through it. So you like put on this like crown that looks like a LED, like it looks like a spaceship crown, and it has like combs in it. So it kind of combs your hair so that it gives space for the LED light to like penetrate to the scalp. Okay. Now, if you were balding back here where some people bald, then obviously you would go there. I feel like a lot of my hair loss has been primarily like here on the crown, probably because I wear my hair in a ponytail. And so we stimulated our scalp. We did a nice little acid peel on our face. Let's take the acid off of our neck now. It's definitely tingling still, actually.
Regarding the red light helmet, Mary says, I like it. It is slow growth though. It gets warm and I use it before bed.
Yeah, I was wondering how warm that hat might get because it's like trapped in there around your skull too. And like the LED panel that I have right now from MAYSAMA, that gets really warm too. I was like surprised. I was like, whoa. On the Omnilux face mask and neck mask, I don't feel like it ever gets like hot like that. Not that it's like hot. It's just like, you notice the temperature difference.
Jane says, I actually use minoxidil foam with the Hair Max headband. Helps so much. You will see a lot of hair growth.
The minoxidil foam? Ooh, okay, Jane. I'm going to pair that with my pill. I'm going to like minoxidil myself out. I'm probably going to get like minoxidil sickness or something. I have read about it, actually. There's not a lot of side effects to it besides the fact that you could maybe get nauseous on it or something.
Challenge said, just did a virtual team meeting and I looked bald.
Aww.
I know the feeling.
But Jason, you've been bald since like 19. Let's put some serums into our face, neck, and chest. So the one that I'm going to start with is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I'm sure you guys are familiar with these. This is a new bottle.
Incidentally, I just read that OBS is having a giant issue. They went down.
Are you trying to tell me that it's not your fault?
I would never attempt. But we're trying to get away from OBS anyway, so it's like we'll be switching to this new streaming service.
Woohoo! More tech stuff.
Oh, it's great.
heck is the bane of my existence. And then once you think you figured it out, they change everything.
That's true.
And you're just like, why? So that looks nice and glowy and dewy. Okay, if you guys have ever seen me like microneedle and use these drops, this is like so beautiful and so hydrating. These ones are from Easy Do. If I can open it.
That's right.
My hands are always wet with or without like skincare on them. It's so gross. Okay, so this stuff, you guys, it's the Derma Ampoule from Easy Do.
Jenny loves those drops.
I know, right, Jenny? I mean, there is something so silky and luxurious about these drops. I just feel like it seals in so much. So let's use our URCHIN to push them in. So now we're getting red light again, right? But I'm also getting the EMS. So like I can feel it like twitching on my face as I do this and push it in. So like right around here. I like doing this kind of stuff when I'm layering on a lot of serums too, because it just helps push them in so that we don't get the peeling issue that we can sometimes get when we're layering on stuff. Plus, I'm getting more LED light and it's pushed right against my skin, so I know that it's the closest I can get and I'm not losing efficacy of the red light. And again, on Friday, we will have an extra special promo code for this product and all of her other products. But this one sold out. That's how excited people were to get this one. And there's a warming factor to it too. So like on your neck, you know how it can just be so tight?
Hi, Kim.
Hi, Ann.
This isn't proper form, but I was wondering if you would let us know if you are pleased with the SCULPTRA injections that you had, and did you receive the lift you were expecting?
Okay, that's a great question, and I have some insight on that. So I think my first SCULPTRA experience was like mid-March, and I had 2 vials done. And then 2 months later in June, I went back and had 2 more vials done, which is pretty normal for SCULPTRA. Like usually people do 2 or 3 vials, or 2 or 3 sessions. So, I mean, SCULPTRA is expensive. Like every time I went, it was $2 grand. Like each vial is $1,000. Jason's like, you knew that. That was no surprise. So it's amazing because it does cause your own collagen to start growing. And especially if you have like an injector who really knows how to place it. And I had Dr. Rice, who's a facial plastic surgeon, do it. So I paid a little bit more to make sure that he did it because he even did it underneath my eyes. This is the issue. I look super drawn right now because when he did it for me, I was like at 120 pounds and now I'm at 110 pounds. Any lift and volume that I did see this summer, it's like gone. Not that the collagen that SCULPTRA induced is gone, but the fat pads that helped give that extra structure and volume are now gone. I need like 20 more vials of SCULPTRA to make up for the fat that my face lost in the last 3 months. If I were to put on more weight, I would see that plumpness again, which is where we placed it. So we feathered it up in this area to give me more volume here and definitely into my temples. And if you look at my temples today versus going back in videos years ago, I mean, you'll see that there's more volume here than was previously. And this is the lightest I've ever been. So there is volume there from the SCULPTRA, but it doesn't look as fresh or big as it would have if I didn't take away all the fat. But it's expensive. And I think you need to prepare yourself that you're probably going to need 2 or 3 sessions. So it's an investment.
Same part of the question is, she's asking if you received the lift you were expecting.
Yeah, I was happy with it until I lost weight and realized I robbed myself of the investment. Right.
What do you mean?
Well, because it was lifted and it's still there, but because I was
thinking of something else.
But because I lost the weight, then it came down. So
I was thinking of the other lift.
I don't think she's asking about the breast lift. I think if you were asking about the breast lift, yes, I'm very happy with how that turned out too. Let's mask.
James says, I like the Rogaine 5% foam, and it's better. Just be sure to use it after shower because if you use it with hair dry, the hair will suck it instead of going to scalp.
Oh, okay.
What exactly is Semaglutide? Can you tell me more about?
Yeah, sure. It's the secret of the century, you guys. Okay. I have tried every diet, every workout, everything I could find. Okay.
Well, let me.
Nothing. I've never been able to out eat semaglutide.
Right. And so there's another question from somebody else that kind of plays into this. The question is, may I ask why you would be on Ozempic when you were not obese or overweight?
It's a great conversation. Let's talk about it. Obviously, I'm super vain. I mean, okay, so this is what happened. I wasn't necessarily looking for semaglutide. I mean, I'm always looking for something to like help me just feel more control, right? Over food, over my weight, over just all of it. Like it's nice to not feel desperate for food or that you have to have your ice cream or whatever. Like it's nice to not feel addicted to food. But the reason I decided to do the semaglutide, number one, I wanted to be able to speak to it. So now I can speak to it. Number two, after the surgery, like I felt like after June, like I had gotten down, I felt really good about myself. And then all of a sudden I started to put on weight. Like I put on like 10 pounds. I think when we went to Lake Powell, I was like 130 pounds. And I don't like being that weight. I'm 5'2". So, and it was just all fat. I don't know why that happened because I didn't feel like I was extra hungry. I was talking to a doctor and he said sometimes like, because I'm 41, he said at your age, and when you do like a drastic surgery like that, sometimes it can throw you into a premenopause state. And he's like, so maybe your hormones and all this stuff is just like all bananas and you're just like packing on weight. I'm like, yes, that's right. It's my hormones. It's not my fault. So he prescribed it for me to see if it would help. And it does. You guys, I don't understand people who say that semaglutide didn't work for them. Like, I guess I'm a good candidate for it, but honestly, like you cannot eat on it. Like, it just makes food look disgusting. It makes it look like, oh man, that's a lot of effort. Do I even want to like try? So it's really helped curb my appetite and also like take away like a lot of the sugars that I would want. This is the most amazing thing about semaglutide. What ends up happening is most people get to their weight, like ideal weight. So let's say this is my ideal weight, and then you taper. So like originally you would do like your dose once a week. Now I dose myself like every 3 weeks because I don't need that much help controlling myself, and it kind of like changes your eating patterns and your addictions. And I didn't realize this until we were in Mexico, but we were in a spa with this one guy happened to work for a pharmaceutical company in San Jose developing semaglutide products. They were doing the pill form. And in the state of California, at the beginning of the summer, you could get semaglutide shipped into you from like Arizona or Utah or whatever. It wasn't an issue. But then in the beginning of June, California changed their rules, of course, and prevented out-of-state doctors from being able to prescribe and ship to you in the state of California. So then the oral pill, which was available in California, was presented. And I'm like, well, but you have to take it every day. And I was like, well, I don't want that. So anyways, I figured out a workaround and got my semaglutide from out of state. But that brought up this pill form. And so when this guy in Mexico was talking to me about this pill, I was like, yeah, but that's not good. You have to take it every day and it's not going to be as good as an injection. And he's like, yeah, I know. That's why we're reworking it. He's like, the benefit of semaglutide isn't just weight loss. He's like, the benefit of semaglutide is addiction control. So what they found is people who are smokers, they put them on semaglutide. It takes away their desire for smoking. If you're a sugar addict, you go on semaglutide, it takes away your addiction for sugar. It's huge. It like changes you. It changes your addictive qualities. It's a bizarre peptide. These peptides, you guys, that are coming on the market are bananas, incredible. Jason has been doing a peptide for his arm because he ripped his tricep and his bicep within the same year and had to have surgery on both sides. And his arm completely shriveled up, and it was like hard for him to ever like he would normally, the entire time we've been married and I've known him, he can max out the tricep press with his arms. Like he just has really strong triceps. For a year working on this arm, he could never push more than like 5 pounds, if that. Like he just couldn't push anything.
Time to get to that.
I don't know what that peptide is called. What is it called? BP 500. Okay. So it's not FDA approved. It's only on the market for like science experiments, correct?
That's right. I'm a science experiment.
He's a science experiment. So there is a medical supply place that he's been buying this peptide from. How often do you do the injection? Once a week? Oh, once a day.
It's 5 days on, 2 days off.
So it's 5 days
For
on.
4 weeks.
Okay, so there's like a session to it.
Fine.
Immediately, he could press so much more weight with this arm. It's the only thing that he's noticed that has ever made any difference in his ability to get these muscles to start activating again, which don't work anymore. These peptides that are coming on the market are incredible. I just think it's like a whole new world of opportunity in medicine for people and things that are going to make your life better. I have nothing bad to say about semaglutide. I only have like great things to share about it because I think it's an amazing drug. And I hope that more people get access to it. The high-end products? Yeah. I always feel bad when I share something that's super expensive because I don't think skincare products that are super expensive are anything other than you feeling really good about having like an expensive cream. That's the only benefit of them. They might smell good. Their packaging might be awesome. Sometimes their packaging is horrible, actually. It's not about expensive products. It's about consistency and efficacy. When you break down efficacy, what you're looking at is actives, sun protection, and basically something occlusive that's going to hold in your moisture, right? That's the basic concept. All of those ingredients are cheap. All of the products that you see on the market that are expensive, only that because of marketing. They have to run ads on Google and Facebook to get their things out there. They have to hire influencers and pay them a lot of money to share about their expensive products. That's why those products are so expensive. Also, when it comes to a business model, you have to sell a ton of this, which is probably like $8. The Inky List is another competitor with Ordinary where it's like inexpensive, effective skincare. From a business standpoint, you have to sell like 1 million of these to make sense, right? Whereas like, okay, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus and this is going to look beautiful, so there might be value there. This is a more expensive product. Per transaction, this company is going to do better per transaction, and especially when they're manufacturing, they can do smaller runs because they don't feel like they have the market saturation to make this product cheaper. Pricing on products has nothing to do with them actually fixing your skin. It's only marketing, and it's about that brand figuring out how they're going to go to market and how much they're going to manufacture for their first initial runs. Let's take off our mask. Oh, and by the way, if I didn't say it, this is the COSRX Snail Mucin mask. You guys, these are super cheap and probably the most beautiful, hydrating, silky mask you'll ever put on your face. Honestly, I would use this every day, but sometimes I feel bad that like I'm such a COSRX Snail Mucin like addict. This is like a great mask to put on after microneedling. It's so soothing. Everybody in the app loves Snail Mucin. Snail Mucin is the bomb. And this mask, you get like 10 of them or something in a box. It's great. Oh, but what I was going to show you is if you have a device like this, you can run it on top of your mask too. So this will push in your serum as well. And this is just also a nice way of just infusing the hydration into your skin to help plump up your skin and just keep your cells looking fresher. Because if your skin cells look super hydrated, then your skin is going to look so much better. A lot of the reasons our skin looks dull is just because it can be dry. And if you get a lot of moisture into your skin, you're going to make it look so much better. Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you guys about semaglutide, and if you've ever heard the brand Ozempic, that's what semaglutide is. It's just Ozempic is a brand name and it's expensive. It's for diabetics. Because everybody wanted to use it for weight loss, diabetics were like running low on their medicine, which obviously, I don't want that happening. You know, they need it. But that's why semaglutide, which can be compounded in a compound pharmacy, became so attractive because you didn't have to go to the brand Ozempic and to a doctor to get like Ozempic for $600 or $1,200 a month. I mean, Ozempic can be crazy expensive, but that's because it's crazy effective. And same with semaglutide, but you can get semaglutide so much cheaper than you can get Ozempic.
Okay, so 2 comments here. Anne Shave says, I have been on the carnivore diet for 6 months. I just realized the other day that I no longer crave sugar, which is amazing for me. The other amazing benefit for me was that I'm happy with a small breakfast and a big juicy steak or hamburger for dinner. And really don't crave food at all anymore.
Yeah. And like, I can totally relate to that because I've gotten myself that place when I've been really deep into carnivore, even like really strict on keto. And Jason can attest to that because Jason's lost 60 pounds on what it
Every
is.
time she gets online, it's always 5 more pounds.
Okay, well, what are you down to?
I would say since I started the carnivore diet, I'm down
Well, he looks like a different person. To me, it looks like he dropped 100. Yeah, Jason can definitely attest to the fact that the carnivore diet, or essentially getting carbs out of your system that spikes your insulin, completely changes your addictive qualities towards eating carbs. Absolutely. But if you can't get there, or you keep trying and you keep failing, semaglutide can help you stay the course.
Well, here's the second comment from Mary. The changes in my mental need for food amazes me while on semaglutide. I've lost 40 pounds over 8 months. I'm working on the emotional eating now. These weekly injections have been a huge game changer for me.
I love hearing that, Mary. Yeah, this is the thing.
Sometimes you need a jump start, and semaglutide, I don't think is a great long-term solution.
Excuse me?
I think it's a great jump start to help you gain a little control, is
Yeah.
my opinion. I've never been on it, but watching you and others, it definitely helps gain some quick control.
The thing I love about it, honestly, is that like I don't have to like stop and think about eating, which is a double-edged sword, right? Because I'm not saying being an anorexic is like the goal either. It does take away a lot of mental energy about food, because I used to think about food all day long. I'd be like, okay, when's the next time like I can like eat? If I'm going to eat, what am I going to eat? I know I should only eat meat, but I kind of want to go to the sandwich place. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always torn. I hate thinking about food because it's such an emotional thing for me. Semaglutide takes that whole mental stress away. It's just so liberating for me. This is the sunscreen we're going to put on. So this is by Bloom Effects. This is the Tulip Dew sunscreen serum. It's an SPF of 50 and it's a mineral. It's 100% mineral, which is huge because you know how it is, like mineral sunscreens can be super chalky. They've gotten so much better. But this one is really beautiful on, so I'm going to put that on. I wore this out to tennis on Friday with my tennis girls, and well, I guess now we're pickleball girls. They were all like, what's that sunscreen on your face? Like, not even kidding. They were all like, we want that sunscreen. I was like, oh, well then. So that is our little routine today, you guys. We did a light acid peel. We hydrated our skin. We infused our scalp with some stimulation to help us grow longer, healthier, stronger hair shafts. We've got on a beautiful sunscreen. That is my little show for today. And I'm sorry about the failure on YouTube today. It's just a struggle and we'll always figure it out eventually, I think. I appreciate you guys coming, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for spa day. We're going to be doing a bunch of spa day things. I'll be using a lot of Elemis products. I've used them for years and really enjoy just like the whole experience that they provide. Bye.